Hello guys, and welcome to the channel, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe because you are not going to want to miss this. So welcome to part 2 of the E36 M3 wide body build. We now have, in the last video I got the front end reassembled. I have now given it a nice clean. It's a relatively tight, this is the worst side. There's a bit of rust under here, but I'm not too worried. It'll help the hot glue stick better. Because yes, we are building this out big. Well, we're only coming out 50mm, but I'm bringing the whole body out with it. I'm going to add a little vent in there. I plan on keeping the trim because I want to keep the M3 style here. We've also going to be making some big skirts. So we've got to do this in a certain sequence so I don't get ahead of myself and find, oh hang on, I now can't work on that bit because I've done too much up here. So I've got to work out a sequence that I'm going to do this in, and I think the best sequence, sorry I don't know if that light's too bright, the best sequence is going to be sort the arch first, bring it out to where I want it, a flat platform all the way out. I'll then trim it down because I want to keep... Will you shut up, dog? Oh my days. Dog's just drinking.
He's on there.
Let's just wait for the dog to be done. Are you done? Okay. Thank you. Oh god, what a great start to part 2. Anyway, so my plan, I will get the arch built out to where I want it. It will be a completely straight arch until I trim it back. I want it to taper in with the body, but it's not going to taper in at the same angle. It's going to be less of an angle, so I have a nice good wide body down here for the enough width to fit a scoop in there, and have some nice curved skirts. They're going to curve that way, and on the underside they're also going to curve rather nicely, making sure I have enough space at the doors for, you know, so people don't step on the skirt when getting in or out of the car. And then I think once I've got that, I will then build out where I want the top of the skirt to sit, build the bottom skirt, because I think the best port of call is to get the skirts in first, or at least, you know, the bases of where the skirts are going to come out to, and then go from there. Yeah, once that's done, that'll then be this body line here, this swage line. I will bring that right out. It's not going to go all the way back in. We're going to have a little bit of a you know, air scoop, air outlet, as it were. And then what I'm going to do is going to be a big old kink out artificial bumper that kinks back in. It will have, I plan on going a little bit lower because obviously the skirts are going to be just a little bit lower, only a little bit, just a little bit. I don't want them too low so they're banging on the ground, and obviously I would then have to bring the bumper down to match. I'm still in two minds of whether I'm going to do just a bumper flare to save on time on development, because I've only got till the 24th of January to get this done, and then sent off to Craig at Violent D and get it wrapped in some wicked wrap. Cannot wait to see that. But anyway, I don't know whether to just do big old bumper spats or full rear quarter that comes down onto it, because this is also going to be a full rear clam, so he can cut the back end of this car off and replace it with this body kit. Obviously, if you're going to want to order this body kit, you don't have to have the full kit as a full replacement. You can say, I just want it as the over fender, as, you know, just the exterior facial bit, and we can do that no problem. But yeah, that is the plan. Big body bulge, vent at the bottom, big, nice big curved skirts, not too JDM, nice and curved, and yeah, big old bumper extension down here. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with, you know, modifying the bumper. That's what I was saying. I think I'm just going to do this, and the bumpers will be the rear bumper will be the final thing, because I can get all this done and get that nice big piece there done, as a separate piece. The owner of the car is saying he wants bumpers done as well, and I want bumpers done as well for the kit. So I'll be doing that as a separate, and then the bumper as a separate. But he can go and compete in this car with this M3 bumper on while I develop a new bumper, because I'm not going to develop onto an M3 bumper because this is far too nice, obviously. So I'll get a M Sport or SE one and just make sure I've taken my measurement of how far down I need to come, and then just go from there, and then send in the bumper once it is done. The front end of this is a completely different story. This is going to be absolutely mental at the front here. He has requested F22 M series front bumper styled grills. You know, that really, well, funny enough, the F22, it has a bit of a smiley, has a bit of a curve to it. It's got a bit of a smile there, but then it's got some really aggressive air vents right here, which they have some nice body lines, which I think might be a bit too curvy for the project, but I can square them off no problem and make them look period to the rest of the car, because I don't want to go too wacky, but I also want to have it in keeping with the BMW style, because the BMW is such a good looking car, and I really do not want to upset anybody with making a horrible looking BMW. But yeah, that body is gonna pop right out. It's gonna be lovely, because obviously the arch here is already way out from this. Yeah, you've got, you measure down like that to the arch. Yeah, you've probably got 30 mil there already, so I've got to bring that out 30 mil to make it, level with that, and then another 50 mil to meet the arch. And that's going to be a big sweeping body flare with a slight kink at the bottom, slope in. Then, like I say, the bumper is going to kink out and then back in. Let's let's see how well I get on with this, because I have got quite a bit ahead of me. It's now 8:30 in the evening. It's a bit chilly in here, so I'm probably not going to be at it for too long tonight, but this video will roll on to the next day. So yeah, I'll get back to you once I've got this arch in and I've drawn some pretty lines on it and where I want to cut. Yeah, so I've already made my first mistake. So I've already ripped this off. Oh, I've completely lost it now. So I did have this glued on, but unfortunately I lost the arch profile. So we've got this nice arch profile here, but the cardboard seemed to flatten out because obviously the angle of the cardboard changed around, so I lost the perfect curvature. So yeah, pulled it off, pulled the hot glue off. Let's go again. Right, so attempt number 2 has gone a little bit better, thankfully. What I went for was a bigger bit of cardboard, because my problem was the cardboard the strip I'd done was just not wide enough. It didn't quite reach. So I think I've cut that curve. I think this is a little bit high, so I might tweak that. But I wanted to keep this level, because as long as it's level, you then keep that arch line. It's when it's on the angle that you lose the arch line, and like this will start to toe down. But I think what I might have done is I might have done it a bit too, because I know my bench is level. Yeah, I haven't done that level. Let me retweak it. Yeah, I don't know. I can toe it down like that, and then what I'll do is I'll get I'll have to buy one of those laser levels. You can get ones that you can then project circles and whatever, so you can get a perfect curve, because that can be an afterthought. I'm not worried about that right now. I can tweak that. I can work with that. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Now if we look at it from this angle, obviously I'm not going to let it stick out like that at all. So yeah, I'm going to get this trimmed down and I'll get back to you guys. There we go, that's a lot better now. So I've gone 70mm here, which is going to give me a nice width for my vent all the way down here, and also the skirt is going to step out to that point as well, a little bit of a flare. it's going to toe in the top of the skirt. Well, when the vent ends, that'll be when the skirt is toeing in at this point here. So then where you're coming out with your feet, that's going to be fairly in, and then coming back out again to meet the vent, which will be in the front wing and part of the big 120mm each side wide body front end. This is going to be mental, the front, but let's concentrate on the back. So I'm happy with how this looks now. I'm happy with how this tapers in with the cut. It tapers in less on the rear because I wanted the rear to be nice, big and fat, but I have tapered it in quite nicely here to try and maintain as much of the body line. But like I say, it's 50mm at the top down to 70mm at the bottom, so it's a little bit wider. Once I build the next portion of the skirt, I'll then decide on whether it's wide enough or not. So my next step is going to be deciding where my skirt is going to be. So I'm going to do the top portion of the skirt, try and get that in looking nice, and then the bottom portion of the skirt. So what I'll do is I will get my cardboard, I will follow the contour of what's already here, how that does that. I'll let that come out at its natural, because it's flat on here, so I'll let that come out at its natural point, and then I'm just going to bring it down a little bit and then have a nice sweeping flow into the side skirts. And I want it all sweeping. This is all going to be a nice sweepy body kit with vents at the bottom. I'm keeping those vents, don't care if you don't like them, I'm keeping the vents. just wait and see, just wait and see. Well, let's see. It's not going to be that bad. It's not going to be that bad. I'll get back to you once I've done the next bit, once I've decided what bit to do, which I'm pretty sure will be this skirt, because I want to get the skirt in the right place and then get it covered in fiberglass so it's nice and strong before I start building the rest of it, because I want to be able to pull that off, but I don't want to pull it off before I finish this, but I don't want to build this before covering it, before glassing this, because it will be covered up by the vent and whatnot, and I don't want to be pulling on cardboard. So yeah, I need to work from the bottom and work up, unfortunately. So yeah, let's start building up this skirt now that I know where that is. I'm only going to build it up to here because it's going to be fairly close to the door there, and the same with this curvature, because at this point this is going to be the middle point. I can work back from that, and then when it comes to the front I can blend into that, because the front's going to be quite a bit wider, but I can then blend into that, no issue. So once I pick the centre point where the skirt will be shallowest against the body, that's where I'll stop and work back from there, and then up round the back. So I've got boot lid I want to do, and obviously the other side. So yeah, let's get some more cardboard glued on it. Right, so as you can see, I've stopped right here. I've got the top portion of the skirt pretty much how I want it. Nice curve. Oh, got a little flap there. Nice curve. It's all meeting the arch. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I've now started on this lower layer. Now I didn't want to bring the skirt down too much, and I didn't want to put loads of angle on it, because then it'd just be a pain in the ass to mould. What I'm doing, trying to keep the underside of it as flat as possible. So what I've done is I've actually packed out, and the lighting's really poor, I've packed out the underside of the car with corrugated cardboard. So I've got 2 layers going all the way, and then it turns to 3 layers, because I wanted this bit to just step down just a little bit more, just to give a little bit of curvature. Don't know if you can really see that very well on the camera. Turn this. Yeah, I just wanted a little bit of curvature, and then that'll do the same at the front here. It'll pitch down just a little bit. But yeah, as I go I might add a bit more to it. I can always add more to it when I come to working the underside if I'm not happy with it, but as it stands right now I'm happy with it. I've now got to decide how far out I'm going to bring this to then taper in. This is just the cardboard stuck there. It is waiting to be trimmed. This isn't where it's going to be. It will taper in. It will be not as far in as this one, probably come out double that, so there's a little bit of a step, and it will follow that line, curving, because I want it to sweep down, but I don't want it being crazy angle. I want it to be mellow, but noticeable. So yeah, I'll get back to you once I've trimmed this and I'm happy with this, because then the next portion will be capping the end and getting the top portion of it in place, and then we can make sure everything is level. Like we'll just pitch, I can put, you know, rods in here, make sure everything is level, and then put the face on. Oh, and also I've got to include this somehow. Yeah, I don't know how well that's going to look on the kit design, having a hole or having two holes in the skirt, and obviously that's also going to be quite a long way to reach in there for a, you know, the standard jack or any jack. It's going to be a long bar, so I think this is going to be a case of the car is either going to require jacking bars front and rear, which it probably will have. You know, it's a sensible thing to have on your track car, and I recommend it on any BMW because, you know, save your jacking points, jack it up the rear or the front with a proper reinforcement bar. They are not bash bars. This is not a bash competition. This isn't banger cars. They are support bars. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm just going to blank it off. But yeah, I'll get this trimmed and I'll get back to you. We are making some good progress, guys. So I decided, rather than blanking it off all as one piece, I decided to do it in sections, so it's just easier to keep that curvature, because it's not just a slope all the way, it also curves around and slopes over because it steps out a little bit more at the back there, so it all curves around. I know you can't really tell when there's lots of lines across it, but I'm really happy with that. I am really happy with that. So the way I need to do this, unfortunately, because I'm designing it in a way where obviously you're going to have your skirt here and then the over fender slash full rear clamp come down and there as well, so we're going to have two faces right here facing one another. You know, once it's fitted there's no gap, so I need to get this all prepped and looking good. And in all fairness, I think I need to make it so that I can detach it from the car easily once this is done, so I can then prep the underside of the vented area. Oh, what a ball ache I've made for myself. So yeah, I'm gonna rattle my brain tonight. It's now coming up to 1 o'clock in the morning, is it? It is, well, no, it is. So it is now 12 at night. So I obviously need to get some rest and rattle my brain, because I thought I had a plan. I realised that plan ain't going to work. So what I'm thinking, what I'm going to have to do now is I'm now going to have to get this portion of skirt glassed up, smooth. I'll be glassing up onto here so the skirt can attach to the car as well. So I'm going to have the skirt attached to the car behind the vent. Yeah, I've got to do it in a way where I can develop this next to this but still be able to remove it. No, it's not just developing a kit, it's developing how it's going to be fitted as well. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned to see how I work this one out, because that's going to be fun. Right, so I've been sat here for a while now, rattling my brains, drinking my tea, working out the best way to do this, and I have come to the decision that I will have to enjoy my tea more often and get the skirt glassed, smooth and removable from the car. So I want to get it all glassed and smoothed in, because I'm going to glass up under the door. So I'll glass into the door shut and up onto the bodywork, only by an inch, because when the whole kit is finished, that going up onto the bodywork and that going up at the door, they will be main fixing points. So I'll be glassing up them, skim filler, so they have a little bit of thickness, and that will compensate for when you're making a part, you want to bulk that tab out so it sits on there and goes in this all nicely and actually sits there. So if you just do a one-to-one copy, that will sit proud. It's like stacking school chairs. They never sit inside one another perfectly. They all stick out and start to lean forwards. Yeah, that's why when you're doing tabs like that, I'll show you when I actually come to it and I'll explain it better, because I'm really tired now. I'm probably just like, my brain is mush. But yes, I need to get this glassed smooth. I need to get it strong so that I can remove it from the car and put it back on the car. Once I'm happy I can remove this and it's nice and strong, I can then start developing the rest of the rear quarter. Because once I've finished developing the rest of the rear quarter, because the rear quarter is going to start with that flat portion of the vent, and then building up the big swage line, big body flare, and once that is all done, I'm ready to glass that. Obviously I need to get to the underside of that vent, so I need this skirt to be removable for me to then glass that and carry on with it. So that is where we're at the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. We'll get some glass on this tomorrow. Yeah, we'll get some glass on this tomorrow. Enough glass that it is strong enough and I will easily be able to, because the only thing that's holding it on there will be masking tape and hot glue. The glass is just going to be on masking tape, so when it comes to it I will just be able to kick my coffee. Oh no, coffee. Tea, even better. That's how tired I am. Jesus, I'm gonna have to stop recording, guys. This is getting ridiculous. I'm too bloody tired for this. Oh my god. So yes, I will get glass on this tomorrow. No, bugger it. See you tomorrow, guys. Peace. Right, hello guys and welcome back. It is a fresh day. I say it's a fresh day, it is a fresh day. We're now into the afternoon because I've been doing some other work like boot lids, and I've also got a couple of moulds over there for the Widebody E36 pre-facelift coupe that are coming very, very soon. I haven't been filming the process, but I will be filming the grand release of the first ones. So I've done a little bit of work this morning, not actually gluing anything yet. Just been going around writing down all my measurements so I know exactly what's going where, and I'll be able to see these measurements through the fiberglass as well until obviously I chuck filler on there. But by then I will have actually done a drawing of this and written the measurements down myself. So I don't actually have anything drawn down for this kit. I'm literally it's going to be like a doodle. I'm just going to keep going. I've got a generalised idea, but I'm mashing it up with some Need for Speed and some max power. I'll get back to you once I've done a bit more. My plan is now to do the big 120mm in this arch, so I can then build the rest of the skirt and get the skirt glassed up solid, and do the skimmer filler on the top of there where the vent is going to be, just so that, you know, it saves work later on. But yeah, I'll get back to you once I've done a bit more down here. So I thought I'd just quickly update you. I've just done a half arch for now. I'll do the rest when I actually come to do it in the front. I just wanted to get this profile correct, which I am happy with. That will curve in more. All I'm concerned about is this portion down here, here to here, and then I'm having on the front here. It's going to be a really shallow angle. Yeah, it's not too harsh for an angle there, but it's going to be even more shallow at the front here. But yeah, I'm excited to get the rest of this joined up. Cut the slot in here like I have down there, so I can then glass the whole lot and leave the arch in place. But yeah, I'll get back to you once I've done a bit more, guys. Right, so we're making a little bit of progress now. I've spaced out from the bottom of the car. Sorry, my lighting's really poor on this camera. So I have 4 layers of cardboard here glued to the underside of the car, spacing this down from the car, bringing it all down. This 4 layers tapers into 3 layers, then tapers into 2 layers, and that's joined in there to what was already here. So I'm now going to draw in my curved line that I want the skirt to be. Once I've got that marked and trimmed out, I'll then pay attention to this top portion, get that to that point there, because that is the angle of the skirt I'm going for. Got it all braced up, nice and strong. Unfortunately, I'm running out of cardboard, so I have now hoarded all the cardboard I have left in there. There's a good stuff, but it's not. Oh, bye bye. But it's not all quality stuff. I mean, yeah, that's a nice big bit, but it's got a big old bow in it. So, yeah, a little bit stressed about that. Yeah, more boxes there. So I'm making do with what I've got. But yeah, this is going to be pretty mental, guys. If any of you are close by to Hingham in Norfolk, NR9 4PX, and have some cardboard, big cardboard, please get in touch. I'm trying to do this on a budget as much as possible, and I need some big sheets so I can do this. So yeah, it's a little bit stressful running out of cardboard, but hopefully I can source some. I'll ring around some push bike shops and see if I can get some more. But yeah, I'm going to continue on this because the deadline isn't far away, not far away at all. Right, so I've had a change of mind. Ignore the wheel I've chucked in there. I just chucked in there because I've had enough of seeing an empty arch. I've had a change of mind. I decided to taper this into the body a little bit more. I've kept that same skirt line, but as you can see, I've now brought the skirt in by about 30mm there. So I'm now gonna, I drew a few lines on here because I couldn't decide what looked better with that, and trying to keep. I want it to be big, but I did not want it to have this crazy step out like that. I wanted it to flow really nicely still. So yeah, I'm going for that centre line right there. That's the line I'm going for. Wish me luck. Yeah, I'm happy with that line now. It is now time to build this top portion of the skirt, keeping in mind I still want to keep enough thickness for the vent that I'm going to have here. It's going to come just to the top of the trim, and then the trim will be on the vent. I'm keeping this trim line. That trim will be part of the moulding. It won't be a separate piece, so it will be all as one. Marvellous. Let's get this done, guys. So I'm getting fairly happy. So I'm really happy with how this is going now. I've got this top portion cut in line, and once I've done that, I then realised the bottom portion wasn't correct. So I've just added this little infill so it is even, because I didn't want the slope to taper in and be near enough level, and I didn't want to cut more of this off because I still want a decent sized vent here. The vent will be bigger here and it will taper in. Yeah, I'm now ready to start infilling. Get this capped off, get this cut, taped up, prep the car, and we'll get glass on it. Yes, we are now all filled in. It's all nice and solid. I will be glassing up onto the body, inside the door shut, and up onto the body there, because they will be the mounting points for the skirt, because the skirt will get mounted first, and then the over fender will get mounted on that, and we'll also be able to mount to this if you fit riv nuts in here, because you'll be able to get into the scoop and fasten down and secure the two together, front and rear, so it'll be a full bolt on kit. But yeah, I'm now going to get myself ready, cover my floor, make sure it's all protected, clear up this mess, and I'm going to get the glass out, and we'll get this covered in fiberglass and underneath as well. Yeah, That's the one lucky thing about this car being on big high suspension is I have plenty of room to get underneath. Yes, we have brought the level of the car down quite a bit now. So that means I've got to make the front bumper and rear bumper come down to meet it. So it actually looks quite nice. So I've got this nice curve like that. I know it looks a little bit ropey. That's because I've done it in segments rather than one piece. But segmenting it has made it easier to tackle the slight curvatures and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna get the fiberglass out and get this secured so that I can then remove it. Yes. And there we have it, guys. That is the first wide body skirt all laid up in glass now, and it has already pretty much cured all the way. As you can see, I've taken the door off to make this job easier. Excuse me. Polythene to protect the car. I've laid up onto the bodywork, into the door shut, and again on the bodywork. We have also glass around the back, and the hole underneath is also all glassed up. Once that's cured a bit more, I'll take off these little crappy bits. It will get a good sand over, bring up this radius, and then yeah, I'll start slapping some filler in it. But I'm not going to touch this for a while, because that now needs a decent amount of time to cure. I don't want to mess around with it too early, push it out of shape or whatever. So ideally what I need to do now is make a start on the skirt on the other side, because I can't do anything more here until this is cured and I've got this how I want it before building the next panels, you know, above it, i.e. front over fender, which will come down and bolt to it, and the rear over fender, which will come down and bolt to it. But I am happy. I'm very happy with how it's coming out. I'm loving all the curves. It's all sweepy and curvy and just different. I hope it gets a good reception, but you never know. There's so many critics out there now, keyboard warriors. So we'll see how this kit is received once it is finished. But I think that is going to do it for this episode, guys. A lot of work has gone into this, and I'm excited to get this covered in filler and smoothed off, ready to start building the rest of the kit, because this is going to be a mental kit. And make sure you subscribe, because in the next video you get to see my first attempt, which I did on the driver's side, which I haven't showed YouTube yet. Facebook followers, they will have seen it already. But yeah, make sure you subscribe so you get to see my failed attempt on the driver's side, and we'll be pulling it off. We'll be ripping it off and starting again. So yes, make sure you stick around to see that, guys. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe. See you soon. Love you all. Peace.